This book, friends, is called Sammy, the Classroom Guinea Pig. So this part of the book is called the title. Good. And Alex Berenzi wrote the book. So that person is called the author. Yes. This book reminded me of my friends because I thought a classroom pet, how cool would that be? And just to be in the classroom, I barely remember what that's like. What pet would you want to have? And then I even thought, what would we do with a pet if this happened again, if we had a quarantine? But it'll be fun to sneak inside this classroom. This story's a little bit longer, so if you need to take a break, that's okay. But some longer stories, some shorter stories might be nice. Sammy the Classroom Guinea Pig. This is called the title page. Sammy had his own little house. Inside was a soft blue sock. He liked to take naps on it. The sock had a hole in it, but Sammy didn't mind. The house had two doors, one to run in and one to run out. Sometimes he ran in the out door and out the in door. Sometimes he slept on the roof. Sammy felt safe knowing he had a place to hide. Sammy had a big cage to scamper about in. His food bowl was always filled with fresh guinea pig pellets. He had hay to chew on, water to drink, and a round block of salt to lick. Sammy liked his home. So what was in Sammy's home? Sammy couldn't read a clock, but he always knew when Miss B, the teacher, would arrive. Every morning she brought him a treat, but today she was late. Weep! Sammy squeaked in greeting when she finally appeared in the doorway. Yes, yes, I hear you, Sammy, said Miss B. She was thinking of all the things she had to do. She hurriedly offered him a piece of carrot. Sammy stood up on his hind legs, a difficult trick for a guinea pig, to take the carrot. Guinea pigs have individual tastes. Sammy liked many kinds of fruits and vegetables. Miss B's class had learned that Sammy's favorite treat of all was cantaloupe rind. Like most guinea pigs, he loved freshly cut grass. In warm weather, the children would bring him a great bunch, sometimes with dandelions. They were careful, though, not to bring him grass from the roadside, where it could be polluted by cars or other animals, or from a lawn treated with chemicals. So what was Sammy's favorite treat? Yeah, definitely grass. What does polluted mean? If your mom or dad is telling you that it's affected by things that we use around the house that might not be friendly to put in our body, or however they explained it to you, that is right. That's a big word. We wouldn't want to feed an animal something that had chemicals on it. Oh, here comes the friends. I miss my friends. Sammy heard the voices of the children in the hall. They burst into the classroom, all talking loudly. Weep! Weep! Cried Sammy happily, adding to the din. Everybody settle down, cried Miss B. I never say that, do I, friends? Soon all the students were sitting in their seats and watching Miss B write on the blackboard. Sammy watched too, but as the lesson began, Sammy felt something bothering him. It bothered him more and more, and more. At last he could contain it no longer. Weep! He shrieked at the top of his lungs. What could be bothering him? What zone do you think he's in all of a sudden? He was in the green zone. I I would say the yellow zone or the red, but we don't know what's going on. But he definitely seems uncomfortable or upset. He sprang onto the roof of his house. Weep! Weep! He cried again. He leaped off and began to run, kicking wood shavings everywhere. Miss B stopped writing on the blackboard. For heaven's sakes, she exclaimed. What's the matter, Sammy? Weep! Weep! He squealed, speeding in circles around the cage. Another burst of shavings fell to the floor. All children turned around in their seats. What's the matter, Sammy? They cried. Do you think a guinea pig knows what to do if they feel uncomfortable or upset? Well, they probably need a person to help them calm down, just like some of us do sometimes. Let's see if he gets some help. Miss B and her students gathered around the cage. Sammy stopped scurrying and let the teacher pick him up. She lifted him with 2 hands, careful to support his heavy hindquarters. Sammy found himself nose to nose with the teacher. What is the matter? She demanded. Weep! Sammy shrieked. Maybe Sammy doesn't even know what's wrong. Oh, look at his cute little hands. Everyone loved Sammy, and they were worried. Is he sick? Asked Robbie. When guinea pigs don't feel well, they usually sit quietly with their fur puffed up, Miss B explained. His appetite is good. There's no wetness around his eyes or nose, which would also tell us if he were sick. He looks fine to me, she said, mystified. Is he afraid of something? Asked Eric. If Sammy were frightened, his instincts would tell him to run into his house and be very quiet. So I don't think he's afraid, the teacher reasoned. I've taught you to talk softly and be gentle when you play with him. That way he won't be afraid of us. He will think of us as friends. Maybe something is hurting him, Miss B, said Lisa, worried. These friends had some good ideas. Maybe he was sick, maybe he was afraid, or maybe something's hurting him. What do you think it could be? Seems like Miss B knows a lot about guinea pigs. Well, let's take a look, responded the teacher. Sammy felt himself being lowered onto a table. Miss B lifted up each of his little ears and looked into them. He felt her fingers parting his fur to reveal his skin. He wished she would scratch him under the chin instead. He liked that. Do you see any red marks or bald spots? She asked the class. That would tell us if Sammy had a skin problem. Now that could make him upset. But Sammy's skin looked perfectly healthy. Because we keep his cage nice and clean, it's unlikely he would have that problem. I can't imagine why he was screaming, the teacher confessed. Is he still upset though, friends? He looks calm to me. Why do you think he was screaming? Sammy decided he didn't like them looking through his fur anymore. He began to make unhappy noises, small irritated squeals and squeaks. Will he bite? Asked Tanisha nervously. Most guinea pigs don't bite, replied Miss B. They bite only if they are very frightened. She let Sammy go and he immediately stopped complaining. He began to waddle along the tabletop, sniffing the surface. What? Sammy chuckled as he went. That's his exploring sound, said Miss B. Sammy was enjoying himself. He liked to explore new things. What does he have there? Can you describe it? A small purple crayon? Sammy made his way to Maria and touched her nose with his. That's how guinea pigs recognize and greet each other, explained Miss B. Doot! Dat-dat-dee-doot! Sammy burbled in soft musical tones. That means he's happy, she said. Sammy was glad when Maria picked him up and cuddled him. Her sweater was soft and warm. Miss B, I think I know what's wrong with Sammy, Maria said. I think it's because it's Monday. What? Everyone exclaimed. Sammy was alone all weekend, Maria explained. I think he's glad to see us. He wants our attention, that's all. Miss B studied the little guinea pig. Sammy, she said, is this true? Is that what's the matter? I think Maria's onto something. Maria set Sammy down on the table and everyone gathered closer. Sammy felt someone scratch his chin. He scrunched up his nose in pleasure. Doot-deet-dut, he chuckled happily. All his friends were back. Just like we will be one day. These are actually some really cool facts. Maybe this is where Miss B got her information. I'll read them to you. Guinea pigs have a language of at least 11 different sounds. Their cry of weep is used almost exclusively to communicate with humans. Guinea pigs are highly social animals. In the wild, they live in close-knit clans. A guinea pig living alone will form a close bond with its owners. If it's left alone much of the time, it should be given a companion pig. All guinea pigs have individual personalities. The more attention and stimulation a guinea pig receives, the more its unique personality will blossom. There's lots of different kinds. You can see too. Do you remember what else Miss B knew about guinea pigs? She knew a lot of information, a lot of facts. You can tell your mom or dad what you remember, and you can always watch this again. Okay? Miss you.